Hey guys, welcome into today's video. Lincoln Riley held a State of the Program presser earlier this morning, and today we'll be diving into it. I'll give my thoughts on a few things Coach discussed, but before we get into it today guys, if you are enjoying the videos, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out so much. I also have a Patreon and merch down below if you want to support the channel in an even bigger way. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Alright, now having said all of that, let's dive into it. So before we get into what Lincoln talked about today, I do want to let you all know that the media that was at the presser was not allowed to film or live tweet during it. So limited context is available here, and the tone in people's voices is big for me to try to infer what people are actually saying, so we're working with quotes and writing today. Alright, so obviously the biggest piece of news to come out of this press conference is that defensive coordinator Alex Grinch will be retained heading into the 2023 season. I think we all expected this to be the case, but to have it confirmed helps us put a bow on this for the year. The main point I want to get across here is that defensive talent is flooding in day by day. Grinch will not be the DC in 2024 if the defense does not have a dramatic turnaround this season. He is getting his guys in here, and the same excuses he had this year will not be applicable next year. I know most SC fans, including myself, would love to see a Jim Leonard, Jimmy Lake, or Will Muschamp come here and really turn this defense into an elite unit, but Grinch is going to be the guy, and I'm going to support him. I'm going to get behind him and the players and root for them to have the best year possible. Like I said in my Is USC Going to Waste Caleb Williams video, the defense has to be much improved this season. With an average defense this last year, USC absolutely reaches the playoff and possibly makes the national title game. Now, we weren't beating Georgia, but getting to the national title game was absolutely in the realm of possibility. Another thing I see get brought up a lot is that Riley won't fire Grinch because they're friends and Lincoln's soft. If he was so worried about keeping friends and maintaining relationships, he never would have left OU. He is making this decision because he believes in Alex. Even if it's not the call I would make, I get it and I understand where he's coming from. Ryan Karchi of the LA Times tweeted out a quote from Lincoln saying, "I know what he's made of, I just do. I know it's getting ready to happen defensively, and so I just have a confidence and a belief there. Not just in Alex, but the other guys in the room." So you see there, Lincoln still has full belief in Alex, and while I personally don't think Coach Grinch did a good job at all to close out the year, particularly in the lack of playing time for Rajon Davis and Damani Jackson, which is just inexcusable. However, given the talent that he was working with overall, especially along that defensive line, it's not really fair to place 100% of the blame at Grinch's feet. So I get this move overall. Now in regards to other changes on the staff, Lincoln said he doesn't expect any other changes unless a coach is hired to a better job somewhere else. And Luke Heward will become the permanent inside receivers coach. That's all the notes we got there. Now in terms of roster additions, Lincoln said that SC is almost at their cap when it comes to mid-year additions, although he does expect a few more to come in after spring ball, and the media that was there is also saying that Lincoln implied that a few more additions will be joining the Trojans very shortly. Have to imagine he's talking about Texas A&M defensive end Anthony Lucas and Washington State offensive tackle Jarrett Kingston, who as I'm recording this just committed, so I will have a video coming out covering that signing, as well as the Anthony Lucas signing if and when it does happen. So make sure to keep it locked in here on the channel. It'll be fascinating to see who will be the odd man out going into next year. SC is right at or above the scholarship limit, so some guys are going to have to transfer out. I'd keep an eye on the receiver room for sure. Gary Bryant has already portaled out. I'd bet there'd be a few more before we head into fall camp. Now in regards to a special teams coordinator coming in, that isn't happening. We need to see an enormous leap next season with the special teams. I have said it multiple times this season, this was the worst special teams unit I have seen at SC in my lifetime. Plain and simple, it needs to get better. If Lincoln doesn't want to have a special teams coordinator, that's fine, but we need to see improvement there. Now let's talk facilities. Lincoln did hint at potential facility upgrades coming soon. As you all know, we desperately need to get into the facilities arms race as we are very far behind compared to other schools. So it does look like we can be expecting to see some mock-ups of those soon. So just some final thoughts here. Lincoln isn't a fan like we are. He isn't going to overreact and go off course from his plan. I do trust him and his vision for our program. If he thinks keeping Grinch on staff is the right call, then I'm on board. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about what Lincoln said about Alex Grinch? Do you agree or disagree with his decision? Make sure to let me know down in the comments. But guys, that will do it for me today. If you did enjoy the video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the channel in a huge way, please do check out my Patreon and merch I have listed below. Thanks so much for the support. You guys are awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.